know what self-love is? It's more than changing your hair, getting a new wardrobe, or attempting to redefine yourself. Self-love is gaining an appreciation for yourself through the physical, emotional, and spiritual support you provide yourself with. It's not a fixed state, but can grow over time through actions that lead to maturity. Establishing self-love can be a long journey, but it's a vital step to improving your mental health and overall happiness. So, here are a few tips that may help you along the way. Number 1, forgive yourself. Are you incredibly tough on yourself? Sometimes when you're struggling for perfection, you end up overlooking the fact that you're only human. Although you may tell yourself that you're just holding yourself accountable, too much self-deprecation can be harmful to your mental health. Instead, learning to forgive yourself for the mistakes you make and treating them as opportunities to grow is a step towards practicing self-love. Number 2, be mindful. Are the goals you set for yourself really what you want, or are they pushed onto you by society? Being introspective or mindful can give you a sense of clarity into who you are, how you think, and what you want. It arms you with self-knowledge that you can use to move forward. Some ways to practice mindfulness include keeping a journal, meditating, or just taking some time to self-reflect. Number 3, act on what you need. Do you know what gives you energy? What makes you happy? Perhaps you're feeling overwhelmed with needing to spend so much time with your friends or colleagues, but feel bad for wanting to step away. Choosing to go anyways may end up draining your energy and leaving you exhausted. That's why it's so important to identify the things that make you feel better versus the things that make you feel worse. Knowing what you need and acting on those needs is a form of self-love, and it can go a long way for your mental and emotional well-being. Which brings us to number 4, set boundaries. Are there certain behaviors that you're not willing to put up with? The purpose of setting boundaries is not to kick people out of your life, but rather to help you identify what is acceptable or welcomed in your life and what's not. Healthy boundaries help you filter out things that drain your energy, harm you emotionally, physically, or spiritually. A way to set boundaries is by starting with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Figure out what you need to feel loved or accepted, and then work from there. Number 5, protect yourself. What type of people do you surround yourself with? Another way to practice self-love is to protect yourself. This may mean bringing people into your life who will be supportive and who contribute to your emotional, mental, and spiritual health instead of tearing it apart. Getting rid of fake friends or anyone who takes pleasure in your misery is important for your self-esteem and self-confidence. Number 6, live intentionally. What makes your eyes light up? What inspires you? Sometimes it's easy to just follow a routine in your day-to-day life to the point where you stop giving it much thought. But it's important to live life with intention and to make choices that help you move towards your goals. For example, if you intend to live a peaceful and healthy life, you need to make choices that support that goal. That may include learning how to meditate or starting to change your diet for the better. Number 7, show up for yourself. Do you scold yourself when you don't finish everything you set out to do? There will be times where you don't accomplish everything you plan to do, but acknowledging the effort you've given and the amount you have done is important. It's easy to focus on only your faults, but showing yourself kindness and compassion, even in how you talk to yourself, can help overwrite some of the negative mental patterns you may have and help you feel loved and supported. And number 8, practice self-care. Do you tend to ignore your needs sometimes? Taking care of your basic needs is an act of love. Even taking a few minutes out of your day to check in and provide yourself with what you need can help you feel a lot better. Whether it's soaking in a hot bath.
Self-harm is painted as a particular portrait of sketched lines across arms and scars that don't heal. But there are other ways to self-harm that aren't as openly discussed. The Oxford Dictionary defines self-harm as the deliberate injury to oneself, typically as a manifestation of a psychological or psychiatric disorder. The key word there being deliberate. Everyone has unhealthy habits, but if the intention is to hurt yourself, then it becomes a type of self-harm. So how do we stop these dangerous habits? The first step to combating them is materializing them, changing the label from bad habits to things that damage. Here are 5 ways that you're self-harming. Before we begin, We at Psych2Go want to give each and every one of you a big thank you. With your support, we are able to produce high-quality content and reach our goal of making psychology more accessible to everyone. Before we get started, today's video is made possible by the Great Courses Plus. It's an on-demand video learning service where you can enjoy lectures on the go, taught by top award-winning professors from Ivy League universities and schools around the world. Now let's get started on today's video. 1. Sleep deprivation. A common symptom of depression can be oversleeping, but another sign can be willful insomnia. When you stay awake because you don't believe you deserve rest, or you feel a compulsion to keep yourself up, it becomes an act of self-harm. Lack of sleep can cause moodiness, poor concentration, poor memory, worsened symptoms of depression, hallucinations, and even death. 2. Excessive exercise. Self-harm can be used to force feeling when everything feels numb. In the wise words of Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, exercise gives you endorphins, and endorphins make you happy. But when there is no other way to feel content in your life, endorphins can become addictions. Over-exercising can cause problems in the heart and blood vessels, bone problems, arrhythmia, and weaken the immune system. Doctors recommend that you limit exercise to an hour a day, unless you are an athlete and have a regimen that specifies otherwise. 3. Over or under-eating. While over and under-eating are signs of eating disorders, they can go hand in hand with self-harm. Forcing yourself to eat when you don't want to, or not eating enough, is dangerous. Binge eating can cause stress, heart disease, pain in the back and joints, and worsen symptoms of depression. Under-eating can cause extreme weight loss, elevated liver enzymes, fatigue, dizziness, and even death. 4. Isolation. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, everyone needs some form of human interaction. Forcing yourself to be alone and missing opportunities because you can't feel anything or you think you don't deserve to have fun is destructive. Studies have shown that prolonged isolation can raise blood pressure and make you more susceptible to diseases. It can cause headaches, dizziness, and sweat. In extreme cases, people who have undergone absurd amounts of solitary confinement were found to grow severely anxious and even hallucinate. In one study, the effects of isolation stayed present even after they were released. 5. Triggering yourself. Triggers are defined as things that re-trigger trauma in the form of flashbacks or overwhelming feelings of sadness, anxiety, or panic. It is best to avoid your triggers whenever possible. However, some people use their triggers as a form of self-harm, purposefully seeking out things that will affect them adversely. Everyone's triggers and their effects are different, but no one should seek them out. Forcing yourself to experience symptoms that will hurt you is never okay. If you are experiencing any of the above urges, please talk to a loved one, licensed professional, or helpline. No one deserves to be in pain, no matter what your self-harming impulses are telling you. We at Psych2Go urge you to seek help, because it will get better. We know that phrase tends to sound like a broken record, but one day it will be your favorite song, and you should be around to hear it. We want to become a safe place for you, so feel free to share your story in the comments below. If you thought this video was helpful, please give us a like, and be sure to subscribe for more psychology-related content. And as always, thanks for watching. As mentioned in the beginning, the Great Courses Plus is a series of online learning courses taught by top award-winning professors, with over 8,000 videos covering psychology, history, philosophy, self-improvement, and more. One of my favorite ones is The Psychology of Performance: How to Be Your Best in Life by Eddie O'Connor, going through confidence, self-love, and positive thinking.